Most popcorn you're eating is full of extra calories.
Compared to Smart Pop popcorn, has way less calories, way less fat, way less carbs.
And if you're trying to lose weight or just enjoy a good snack, popcorn is literally nature's Doritos. It's an easy to reach snack that I always eat in order to feel full on lower calories. Now, I personally used microwave popcorn and thought I was smart by picking the lower calorie bags, but it was kind of expensive at the rate that I was eating, and I had always heard about air popping popcorn. Doing so would let us use popcorn kernels, and it would not only be cheaper, but it would also let me control the full amount of oil that was going in, or control everything about the flavor that was also going into the popcorn. If this is your first time here, my name is Armando. I'm making this YouTube channel to just talk a little bit about my weight loss journey and how you can actually go ahead and start yours too. Popcorn was one of those big things that really attributed to that significantly for me. And because of that, I figured I'd actually go ahead and pick up the Dash popcorn maker. It actually has a 16 cup capacity, so it's enough for a partner or a family. It has a small footprint, so regardless if you're actually gonna leave it out on a counter or put it away every time you're gonna use it. And the idea of it is relatively straightforward. You just fill it up with some kernels, turn on the button, and let the popcorn pop. And it is definitely flying around. Now, fortunately, I do have a sink off to the left over here. It looks like it's actually its own little cleanup area. Maybe that's actually a best practice to get it going. Let's see. But damn, it is hot. All right. And so right here, got a nice fresh bag of popcorn. And so this is gonna be around half what the actual serving it can handle. No, only up to that middle line, and ow, it is definitely hot. There is just a little bit of flying kernels that kind of came around. That's real easy to clean up. And so as you can see, popper's a little bit loud, but I definitely have some pros and cons to it. Biggest thing that I would say that I really love about having an air popper is that it's actually able to go ahead and eliminate any extra calories for me that I didn't even think about. And so anytime you're buying a store-bought popcorn, there's typically going to be some additional oil that's added onto it and random things that will make it taste a lot better. And whenever you're making popcorn with the air popper, I'm able to go ahead and just track that a little bit easier for myself and get to eat more of it instead of having to go ahead and sacrifice more of the popcorn for additional flavor. And there's some additional things you can do, like buying some lower calorie popcorn seasoning. I'm gonna be hopefully making a video on this too, but you're always able to go ahead and spray it with a little bit of oil. You can use some vinegar as well, add some salt to it, make it taste real good. Now, you might have other concerns because we don't want to actually make popcorn with things that start with the word micro, like microwave, or have microplastics in the food, or maybe even seed oils. Whatever the case, the point is you're able to control everything whenever you do have an air popcorn maker. And my next point is the cost of it. And so I will say, popcorn kernels are definitely cheaper to buy than actual popcorn bags. Popcorn kernels at around 100 grams is actually going to be around 58 cents. Whereas per 100 grams of any bag that I was buying was around $2.04. Although not significant, will definitely add up over time if you're eating a lot of popcorn. Now, technically, we are buying the machine for $20 to $30. To go ahead and get this started may be a bit more of an investment up front, but in the long run, specifically after 17 uses, it actually breaks even, and the machine kind of pays for itself for the fact that you didn't have to buy the prepackaged goods. Not to mention, the lower calorie popcorn alternatives are typically going to be a bit more expensive on top of the regular higher calorie popcorn brands. So it's a bit of a no-brainer for me personally, as somebody who tries to watch a few more of the calories and make sure that I'm able to go ahead and reach my weight goals. And each serving of the popcorn for 100 grams would be a true 58 cents after those initial 17 that you've made. Again, who really cares? 58 cents for a big bowl of popcorn, I'll take that anytime. And so one neutral point I actually have in comparison to a microwave versus this is actually going to be the fact that it takes a relatively similar amount of time to actually pop the popcorn. So I would say I can actually go ahead and find out from the timing of it, but maybe took around 2 to 3 minutes, just as much as it would take in a regular microwave. Pros for that is that you'll notice the popcorn actually isn't burnt. And so definitely is gonna be something ideal over there for it. Anytime the popcorn isn't burnt is definitely a positive for me. So like that the house actually smells like good popcorn. Now, one con is that it is definitely very loud. And anytime you are going to be using it, you can expect it to be loud and very hot. The machine is essentially just blowing hot air, almost like it's a hair dryer. And anytime you actually put your hand over here or you feel one of those kernels, it is definitely going to be very hot and hot enough just to actually get that popcorn to pop without having to use the extra oil or anything in that manner. So definitely something to be very aware of if it is going to be used in a small space and it's already very hot in the summer. Might be something that you actually hate having to run because of that. And maybe the microwave is a little bit more convenient for you. But by that same logic, you wouldn't be cooking anything on a stove either. The other thing is, it can definitely be messy if your bowl isn't big enough. Anytime the popcorn kernels are actually flying, there is an appropriate size kernel. I'll go ahead and throw up the chart somewhere up here. But the biggest thing is that if you don't have big enough kernels, they'll actually go ahead and start flying out of the machine without being cooked. And you'll quickly notice that there's gonna be quite a few things all over your countertop. And lastly is counter space. Anytime you have a machine like this, it's gonna be fighting for any sort of counter space. Right next to your coffee machine, an air fryer, like with the Ninja Creami or anything like that. It really depends on what you're gonna be doing with it. If it's gonna be something you know you're gonna use for the week, maybe you leave it out. But maybe if you know that you're gonna have to stow it away for a period of time, you just unplug it, take it with you, stow it away. Overall, whether you actually get this machine really depends on who you are. If you know you eat popcorn every single day and you want a way to control what's going into all that popcorn, go ahead and get an air popper. It's a no questions asked purchase. It's super simple and straightforward and gets you that popcorn not only quickly, but in a manner that is a little bit cheaper and more control over in regards to what you actually put into it. If you're somebody who doesn't eat popcorn very often and it's just easier for you to pop it into the microwave, continue to buy the bags. I'm somebody who's really into convenience, and if it's more convenient for me to do this instead, I'd rather just do it this way because it makes it easier for me to do the tracking and to make the flavor the way I want it to and to affect those calories. And maybe you're not the same. Maybe you just want to be able to slap it into the microwave, bring it out, and enjoy a movie with your family. If you want to actually take a look and see some more reviews in regards to something that might benefit your kitchen, stay tuned and subscribe to this channel because we're going to go ahead and cover some extra little topics of some things that I love to use in my day-to-day life when it comes to the kitchen that make it a lot easier for me to cook. And so with that being said, I appreciate you watching and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.